We're live once more. So today, well, yesterday, there wasn't a stream because I was celebrating my birthday early, a month early. Stuff at home, pretty annoying. Anyhow, today I'm live. Whoa. Today I want to take things easy. Just I want to uh redesign some new views for some pages. Wow, that's a weird sentence. I want to redesign some pages, especially the where is it? The profile page. And we're going to, there is a fly here, and we're just going to kind of mock it up in Paint and see what we can get. I'm going to show you what it looks like now. Let's see if it works, because there is an active instance of this app already running. How did you get in here? Should work, because there is a difference between release and debug. It's taking its time. Okay. So right now, settings has two tabs. Settings in general, which control width and height for images, which are automatically taken when speech has to be inferred. Generation token count, how long a response can be. Local AI, the local services don't actually use this for some reason, even though they're specified. Long-term memory needs to be removed because it's no longer a thing that the application itself has to know. Because right now the summary service, which handles memory, should take care of. But we're not interested in this part, we're interested in this. So, this, you might have seen earlier, is a beautiful page, very professionally built. And it was just, I just kind of threw this all together because I needed a way to create new profiles. And I never really got around to fix it or to make it pretty. And I'm thinking of doing something along the lines of doing the same thing with characters, which means there's a list of all the profiles, in this case characters. You select one, you get to see what the current settings for those profiles are. And then at the top you get two buttons.
Really? A whole link to
Wow.
the Discord? You think that's gonna get people excited? Come on, we need some real bait. Let's get those followers diving in like it's a swimming pool full of snacks. If you want them to join, you've gotta make it sound fun. Now, what's the plan? I'm ready to throw some ideas around.
I suppose that works. Okay, so at the top there are two buttons, edit a select character or create a new one, and I want to do the same thing with profiles. However, profiles is a bit more complicated than just a character name and a character context. So we're going to paint, classic old Paint. So what I had in mind, first we're going to make this all black, wink. And what I had in mind, whoa, I need a brush. If this is our app, this is the nav bar. Nav. So we have to describe this. That means we have, what do we have? We have a list of profiles. Does that go all the way to the bottom? Wow, that's a beautiful shape. So let's say we have profiles. Very professional. With 1, 2, 3, whatever. And then we have the node. profiles don't have a description, but they do have nodes. We can add a description later. That probably would be best. So what we're going to do then is going to say description, which will be a text block or an entry or a read-only entry. That's fine. I know what that means. And then I was thinking about some long lists. Actually, does that make sense? You can actually do one list. With all the services in it. So these would be all the services. Maybe we could color code certain types. That would be fun. That would be interesting, actually. There's a lot of stuff going on outside. Bastards. So, we have services, description, and profiles. So, that would put us, if we go back in here, in the Profiles tab. So that also means that we have buttons here. Button. Button. That's a flag. That's not a button, that's a flag. Button. 2 buttons. For add and modify. That means we also need a page. We can just use this page, the one we're seeing right now, to just create new ones, new profiles. That would be easiest. And use it to modify existing ones. So basically we only have to make one page and refurbish this one. So this would be the general save button. So let's get to that. Let's get to it. Create profile page. So let's see how I did this with character. I have a characters page and a character create page. So that means I now need a new item. What do we need? WinUI item page. A profiles page. And I am thinking of how did I do that with the characters, those 2 buttons at the top? Apparently, real easily it seems. This is not going to take long at all. So, 3 columns. Okay. 2 rows, that makes sense. And the negative margin. Okay, if you say so. And maybe I'll try to use a, what's it called? A MVVM approach on this one, just to see if I can get it to work properly. Because it is really nice with the touch controller, and I kind of want it to work in here as well. But we're gonna see. I've had some mixed results in the past with WinUI and MVVM. But we're just gonna look. So, 1, 2, 3 columns. 1 for profiles. This would be an empty space. Oh, right. Let's give you another color. This would be an hello? Paint, please. This would be an empty space. That's not the right color. This would be an empty space. This would be 0. Am I doing that right? 3 columns. Apparently I am. I am doing it right. Well, 2 and 0, 2. Yeah, I can count. I went to school. And 2 rows, I believe. Yes, because this one would be blank. So we have a grid. We are first going to specify that our grid has column definitions. So column definition. Oh, don't do it like that. Do it the other way around. So that's a width. The width. I don't know. We'll start with doing these. Just make it whatever. Auto, star, and auto. We're just gonna go to see what happens if we do so. So, auto, star, and auto. I did see this stack also has a or the grid has padding, and it's in the stack panel. That's fine. We can do that real quick. Stack panel. Yoink. There it is. Stack panel. Padding. Everything was a padding of 20? Yeah. That's fine. And then we have our rows. Grid, row definitions. Found similar code in public repos. No. Okay. So that's the base of its setup. Let's just quickly add this to our navigation. Where was that? Was that in app? No, it wasn't. Was it in main? Yes, it was. How did I actually do this? Oh, right, it's over here. Characters page, no. Alright, so that's not a settings, it's in the settings page. I know how I built this. Settings. Let's see. There it is. Views, and instead of the profile create page, we will say the profiles page. With that out of the way, so that's now linked. So later we'll have to actually add a button to navigate to the create page, which will also be our modification page. And we need a delete button. This is gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I know what I'm doing. I promise. I promise. Okay, so what do we have? What do we have? This characters. So in our grid, we'll have a. Actually, let me just. I did this before. Let me just copy the thing from character page. So we have all of this. Oh, yoink. Uh-oh. Malformed axon, malformed camel. Okay. This is fine. So, text block would be... That would be this one. This one would be profiles. Where is it? It's over here. Profiles. Bold, that's fine. A list view. I do want to change this into a view model binding. Because, you know, you gotta try new stuff sometimes. I think I'm really light, so it's on camera. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Let me quickly check. Because this is insane, yes. Okay. Mr. Window to the box here. Go away. That's a lot better. So, list characters, vertical alignment, that's fine. So we'll make this a binding to a view model. And then we come to our rich edit box, which is our read-only description. And then we have services. And I think I'm just going to make a standard list for services and kind of try to color code all the different services. You know, output nodes, input nodes, processor nodes, or enrichment nodes as they're now called. Get some water. Yeah. Water. Important and very dangerous. Okay, so we have all this. Button edit and button create. Those clicks we'll just remove for now, because these actually break the system. Button edit and create a new character, create a new profile. Did you know, in WinForms, old-fashioned WinForms, these 3 dots at the end of a button or a context item would indicate that you are about to open a dialogue. You know, one of those things. Behold, a dialogue. Pretty, just so you know. You know, you learn stuff every day. If you don't put these dots, you indicate that you're doing an action right now on the current dialogue, and you either, based on the text you have, like OK means confirm and close, or apply, which means apply, do not close. I don't know, there was an entire article about what text should go where. So, edit profile. Okay, so, with that out of the way, do we have something like models? Eternal? No. Okay, so let's just give it a whirl. Models. Actually, that would be a view model. Class. This would be a profiles view model. I don't really know. Make it public. Oh, partial public. So I notify property changed. That one. Yoink. Perfect. We'll have our constructor. Not sure if we need it, but you know, it's useful to have. So let us then get some stuff. What do we need? We need a profile service. We'll get that from the dependency injection. The DI container. Because everything is a singleton in here. We need to know what our current profile is. We then need to know what else do we need to know? If we have a current profile, we have commands for adding or modifying a profile. So public I command new profile command. That's it. Yeah. And public I command modify profile command. Very obtuse, I know, it's fine. So that's set. Can I navigate from here? I don't think I can. I can't. I can't navigate from this place. That's actually really interesting. So these won't actually work. Let me just quickly ask the interwebs for assistance. I closed the window. I know what I'm doing. Navigate between page and open window using that. Set the navigation serve, zoom out locators and everything, but the basic ones aside for now. View choice? No, that's not what I want. Peer-to-peer navigation between two pages. Use the frame. That doesn't really help. So we have all of this. Yeah, this is directly in code behind. So maybe we'll relegate that back to code behind. Which is kind of off because navigation is done with a asynchronous method. We're gonna see what happens. Maybe we can put iCommand on the settings page or on the profile page in here. Does that work? Probably. And it would just bind these commands to, hey, open us a new page. So, new profile command equals new command. Is it a relay command? New relay command. What did I use? What did I use? Oh boy. Goes. Command isn't here. Document format. Open XML. Sounds perfect. Damn it! I forgot what the type was. Yeah. WinUI. Commanding. Oh. Wow. Whole big page and nothing here. Where is it? Where is it? These guys make it a thing. A class onto itself. Return dependency. This is not what I need. Where is it? Where did it go? Oh, look. This is for Maui, I believe. No, it's not. Perfect. A relay. So it isn't. It is a relay command. Install mvvm libs. No. Community toolkit. Okay. Where is it? Give it to me. Right now. Hit gone. Get the community toolkit. Yeah, okay, I'll get it. Yoink. Browse on all. Go, Houston, go. Uh-oh. Community toolkit MVVM. That looks right. Yoink. I accept. My soul for the package. Thank you. You are thinking about it. A relay command. And you don't actually need anything. Actually, it's not extra information. And that would make this a public asynchronous task. Navigate to, what's it called? Create new profile. That, wow, that's a Show create new profile page. Show new profile page. Show new profile page. That's fine. I'm just gonna say that's fine. Navigation. Hello? There should be a thing. I don't. Do I have to use frame for this? I don't, right? Navigate. Maybe I do need to use this. No, I don't, because it doesn't stack. Because it doesn't do push modal and stuff. Maybe that's just for MAUI. Let's check the other thing. This one. How do I do this? What did I do? What is it? Hello? Oh, this is the create page. Oh, I do use frame. It is frame. Okay. Next page. This one. Too many pages open. Am I close yet? Where am I? What's happening? Okay. Frame dot navigate to type of new profile page, which will be profile create page, and there is no additional information required, so that's fine. I do think that means we have to use two constructors, one without parameters and one with, but we'll see what happens. So that's fine. It has the wrong return type. Well, as it turns out, what's happening? Okay, this thing is not a asynchronous operation, so we can ditch asynchronous task, which would make it a frame navigate. Now, the question becomes, actually, now that I'm actually really thinking about this, actually it's fine to have a partial logic in a dedicated view model and some logic in the page. I think that's fine. We'll do the same for modifying a show modify profile page. It is trying to guess what I'm doing, which is awesome, by the way. Needs a core. We need to give you a name because we have a list. Selected item. So can we data context if data context is profiles view model? What's happening here? Is this and current profile is not null? Yes. Navigate to what did we call it? The create profile page. Profile create page with the current profile. Otherwise, do nothing, I suppose. Well, I use Visual Studio being weird. It's not registering all my clicks and stuff. There is stuff happening. No, it's fine. It's fine. That's okay. Now, the question becomes... actually, let's not get ahead of ourselves, or at least let me not get ahead of myself. What we'll do first is... add at the view model. How did that go again? XLMNS. Controls, and not controls, there's a VM for view model. Using view models. Yes, that makes sense. Then we see page dot data context. Data. And from this point out, I always get confused. View models. I think this is all it takes. I believe. I don't do this often enough. Stop doubting yourself. This is fine. If it doesn't work, it's fine. Okay, so data context is profiles view model. And we will say that the list on the view model. So this is a view model. We need a list, public list of profiles. Oh, I did it wrong. Okay, so we have a list of profiles. Profile name. This is character create page. Oh, me stupid. And that's fine. Nothing happened. Go away. Any other characters here? No. Okay. Profile page. But then the front side, the front end of that. This one. Then we add the XMLS back. VM. VM. Using view model. That's fine. Yoink. Okay, that's a view model. So we have characters, which is not a characters. This is a binding. Which is our item source. Is a binding to profiles. And I don't think profiles has a override for toString, but I'm not entirely sure of that. Let's check. Navigating to definition. It does not. Okay. Profiles does have a property for its name. So we can, I think we can get away with list view dot item. Oh, what was it? Data templates, I believe. I am relying on display. Oh, profile name. Oh boy, how did this work again? So that's a list of profiles. Define item template. So it is an item template. List view dot item template. It is. There it is. This is what I want. And we don't need to show the provider. Although that would be nice for the future. So we have all of this. So our profiles will be displayed as its name. No. That's what you, this view, I need to close out the item template. Yoink. Apparently Lisa crashed again. Let's fix that in a minute. So that means I should be a... Actually, we need to hook up the service. This is the page. Let's pin some stuff because I'm going insane here. You, and I don't need to be... No need for all of you. So, the profiles. So let's first get the profile service. Profile service equals app dot current dot service provider. No, service provider. Get service. Get the required service. And just immediately get the profiles. Int profile. Don't know what I was thinking there. Okay, I'll have to look what that is, or what that's for, because I don't really know right now. Anyway, that's connected, so if I press start, it should be fine. It's taking its sweet time. Again. Oh, it broke. Profiles page. This character selected. Oh, right. Events. Not registered events. Like this one. This will be a trigger eventually. Yoink. Take a sip of water. That works. So let's take a look. Beautiful. Look at that. That's beautiful. Okay. That's that. 2 buttons. Beautiful buttons. So now what? Now we do our select on the list view. Let me think, what was it? First we're gonna just stop this. That's fine. Don't really care about the styling. I don't care about styling running off the screen. That's fine as long as I can get all the important stuff. So on selection changed. Yes. Can I bind this to a command? If I add the command. Do I add that here? Yes, I do. Should probably put it here. Public I command. Selection changed command. Get set. Selection changed. I should probably public on selection changed profile. Current profile has changed. Yes. So selection command is new relay command. demanding a profile. That's fine. And then, so back on the UI, we say selection change command, but we also need to give it the command parameter. How do I do that? What are you? Why are you yelling at me? Is this not a binding? Resource bind. This is confusing sometimes. Okay, but we're here to learn. It's fine, it's fine. So, she's your WinUI. Yeah. On select list, put in here, list select change. Select item. Or just yoink it in code behind. Fine. Okay. On selection changed. Almost good enough. Yoink. Get that back in here. Make that a private void. And that should say data context is our current view model. Sender is list view. Select item is a profile. I only want to check if it's a profile. Well, actually, it is always a profile. Technically, we could just cast it as a profile, and that would be fine. So we're just going to do that instead. List view. Oi. Oi. Hello? What's happening here? Oh, it's casting sender. You know what? This is fine. I don't like to do it this way, but it's fine. It's fine. We just need to get stuff working. On selection changed. On selection. Hey, what? Select, here it is. Execute with a select profile. If we then build it, and we put that in here. So what I do actually need to do is give all these sets a property changed invocation, except for you. You actually don't need a set, you only a get. You get instantiated once, so that's fine. Current profile. Actually, this probably needs to be a full property. Yoink. Can I make it a full property? Please? No? Okay. Nope, I can't. Okay. That's fine. Get, return that. Oh. Oh, hold on. Okay, so do that. And then we say property invoke change, property changed invoke, property invoke changed. Current profile. And we do the same for profiles. For property. Get profiles. Are we sure we can't just say do that instead? We can! My guy, why did you yell at me last time I tried this? And then we say Get that all in a good line. Property changed. Then you don't need to call it. And we actually need to invoke property changed. Oh, okay. I keep forgetting this stuff and it's really annoying. Where is it? I notify property changed. Maybe I don't need to call. We'll see. I think that would work just as it is. Give it a moment. There it is. Go to profiles, we select one. Let's do that one. You have a profile. Interesting. That can't be right. Let's just test one. I know definitely has a implementation. This one. There it is. It does work. So that's fine. Okay, so with that out of the way, we can now make a list of all our nodes. Do I have access to nodes here? Yes, I do, because I reflect my way through all the libraries to get nodes. Okay. But I don't have a base node. I just realized. We need to add a base node interface. Interesting. I didn't think about that. Maybe we can do that real quick. That was not the button I pressed. What's happening? What are we even loading? No, that's not what I want to load. Wow. What? What are you starting? Wow. I don't know what's happening, but it's not good. So that happened. You crashed for whatever reason. Okay. Let's try this again. Libraries. That just happened. Don't know what happened, but it did just happen. Let's take a look. We are on master. Let's just pull that one more time. Then we go find our nodes. You are not authorized. It appears so. Let's see. Services. Interfaces. Nodes. My nodes do not have a base node. No, they don't. Perfect. Add. It's not a class, but we'll figure it out later. The inode interface public. That's fine. It doesn't need anything. Missing XML. I know. So, you implement inode. Our enrichment node implements inode. Our output node implements inode. Our shutdown node implements inode, and that's it. No other nodes around. I don't have a startup node? I don't believe you. Startup node. Ah, apparently I made that up. Okay. So, the inode shenanigans. Yoink. Taking its time. Okay. Enrichment node, input node, output node. Oh, an input node, an output node, and a shutdown node. Added base. Base no inode interface. With a push. I screwed up again, as usual. Services needs to be incremented by 1. Up the version. Perfect. Just perfect. We'll give it a moment. And I'll go ahead and find my amazing repo. Nothing is working as it seems right now. AI. Repos. inode shenanigans. Create pull requests. Add a base node up the version. Added inode base interface. Interface base thing, whatever. Create. Files. Beautiful. And complete. Let's go. So we give that a whirl. That is merged. That will now generate us a new package. So we can leave this behind. So what we'll do... I still fucked up. Oh well. Could be worse. At least the base is in there. So that's fine. We'll make a list of known nodes. I node. I input node. Node, not an I input node. Audio input node. That's scary. Known nodes. That's it. And we'll quickly define a let's see. Yeah, it is down here. Interface. We'll quickly define an interface for an inode for what it's supposed to be, just so we can get ahead with our work. And the only thing that we know is the fact that it has a name. Make it a prop full. String. Has a name. And this is a name. What's wrong with you? Oh. You only have properties. I know that, but why didn't I think about that? Me stupid sometimes, you know? Okay, so this is a name. Okay. All nodes have a name, even though it's just whatever they are. The service they implement. I'm thinking in all the wrong ways. Wow. You know what? Current profile. Because the current profile already knows all the nodes. So what we can say is, if we instantiate you as a known thing, what's wrong with you? Less accessible. Oh, right. So we have known nodes dot add range profile input nodes select with x dot, yeah, these I don't know, x dot get type and then the type name, because that does work. We're just gonna try that for a moment. Make this a string real quick. Not so drastic, just that one little word. Thank you. I'm just going to get rid of view because we don't need the node, we need the name of the service. Which means I should probably be using an attribute for friendly name or something like that. Add range input nodes, known nodes dot add range output nodes. Output node is only one. That makes sense. Dot get type dot name. We have known nodes. Wow. Add range profile. Additional service calls. Amazing name. Select whatever enrichment nodes there are. Input output enrichment and shutdown. No known nodes add range profile dot shutdown nodes dot select everything in that list. Thank you very much. That's all of this. Then what we will do is here. Let's see, this is our these are our profiles, and we'll add a list on this side. List view item source is a binding to no nodes. We'll just copy this information real quick. Here it is. We copy all of this. Then we say list view item template, list view dot item template. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Data templates, horizontal, I suppose it's fine. Binding on name. It's a string, so it doesn't have a name. Just binding on whatever. I don't think we actually need to define a data template on this one, because it is a primary data type. Oh, it didn't like that. It did not like that. Okay, get. Settings, profiles. So let's select this one. So you have a profile. I think I need to call status changed. You know, like a normal person. Where is it? Known nodes set. Ooh, we're not setting it. We are. Okay, so we just make a new list and just assign it to known nodes. List string known nodes. And we do, well, not so drastic. No, what are you doing? Assign to known nodes, then no distinct, which is fine. And then we say you don't have to be defined by default anymore. Make it a full property. We say set by value, no value, and then property changed. Get no nodes. Also just set it and then for property changed. That should work fine. In theory, it all works fine. In theory, apps, released apps and debugged apps do not interfere with each other, but apparently they do. More water. Let's take a look. Profiles. This one. Yay! It just works. Don't quote me on that. Oh, I see. We may want to disable the select thing because it's really weird. It's doing weird stuff. Okay, it's fine. We are getting there. No nodes. So we need to specify a selection mode to none. Why is it doing that? Okay. Destroy the rich text box. Ah, there it is. That's the problem. It's not context, these are nodes. So make that nodes. Please spell like a normal human being. Nodes, perfect. There's input for Azure, input for Twitch, output for speech, and an enrichment node for screenshot service. Okay, we are getting closer. We are getting closer. I promise. We're getting closer. I'm gonna turn Lisa off because this ain't working. Yoink. Ta-da! Magic! If only that worked in real life. Wait, hold up. Now what do I want to do? Maybe color them based on their type? Yeah. Yes. Yes. But then I need to do color picking. Oh no. I'm not good with colors. Let's wait with that. Or maybe just a tiny block. That's better. Tiny block saying what type it is. I don't know. We'll think about it. Oh. We'll think about it. Ah, beautiful. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Right. That's a problem. So apparently I have faulty profiles in here. Does that work? It does. Okay. So I need a third button called delete. We'll add one right now. Button. Text. Content. Delete. Grid dot column. 2. Margin. Minus 240 or something. 0, 0, 5, 0. Whoa. Close that out. call it delete and give it a background color of red. Red means danger, as you all knew. Oh. I did it wrong. I know what I'm doing, I promise. There it is. What? Did the game a rating with 19? What? Thank you so much, 19 people. That's a lot of people. Welcome, one and all. How is everyone doing today? Did you all have a nice stream with TPD? Beautiful delete button. What are you doing? What am I doing? I am, well, I'm finally working on I'm working on my control panel for Lisa, and I'm currently rebuilding the profile page to be actually able to select, modify, and delete profiles. And profiles basically determine how Lisa responds to certain things. For example, there's a Twitch, what is it? A Twitch profile that has a input Twitch node, which will read chats, and then a speech synthesizer service, which is an output node, so Lisa can talk to Twitch chats. So we're basically just making this nice. So how was your stream? Tools are great, yes, tools are my favorite. And all in a WinUI. As horrible as that sometimes is, it's kind of confusing sometimes. Stream was good, lots of chat today. Got planning, but I got some planning in for features. Ah, that's awesome. Nothing wrong with WinUI. I love me a bit of WinForms. Yeah, I developed my career with WinForms, and I love doing WinForm stuff. It may be old, but it's really robust. And I really like the visual editor you get with it. I know, hot take. So what do we have here? Right, the delete button. Let's just see if I made my profile service in such a way that I can actually delete stuff. So let's stop this. We'll make a delete command, I suppose. Yes, because this view model knows what profile we're going to select it. Public async task delete profile. Can we assume it's the current profile? We have to, actually, I believe. So profile service delete oh no! The profile service can't delete my profile. Well, that's problematic. We have update profile. It is an ID and a profile. Oh, alright. That's because I messed up the ID. All my profiles, regardless of which one, all have an ID of 0. Ah, that's amazing. There is so much stuff I still need to fix, and I just didn't. Those are shutdown nodes. There are always things to fix, yes. A programmer's work is never done. If it's not something the client wanted, it's something you forgot to add. Where is it? Where is it? Profile service. Profile service. There it is. Oh, and SQL Server is ready to rumble. Let's see. Lisa, tables, profile. Select. And give me the columns. ID is a normal ID. I screwed up. Oh, well. Could be worse. Okay. We'll figure it out. Design. Can I just say this is a primary key and give it a identity specification? Yes. It's already on yes. Maybe it did that also magically. Alright, so that's one. The profile themselves have an ID, which I can't really get from the database. Which is why this one was supposed to have an ID. This is what happens when you don't really think stuff out. You just... I must lurk. Whole job thing. Do your job. Job comes first, unfortunately. You are more than welcome to lurk. More water. Put it down. How am I going to fix this one? Well, first, why did I even do this? Update profile, taking in an ID and a profile. Right, because this ID doesn't get used. So I need the ID from the database. That's stupid. Why did I do it like this? Oh. Why did I do it like this? Do I even use ID? I do. Stony Eagle? Oh no, we have been raided. Outrageous. It is outrageous. No, don't go away. Please stay. Hello there. Hello to you. How are you doing? What was I doing? Right, something with ID. I know shenanigans is gone, so let's just pull those changes. Thank you. Okay. This is going to be a doozy, because there are already existing database items. Why would I go away? I just followed you. I just followed you, and you're doing... Yes, C++++. That's just a very expensive C hash. Get profiles. Why am I doing this? Why? What was I thinking? What was I thinking, chat? Why didn't you stop me when I made this? Oh. Okay. It might be best to just make replacement methods and mark the other ones as obsolete and then just use the ID as specified in profile. I think that's better. I think. But don't quote me on that. So, get profiles. Will become a list of profile. Profile gets profiles. Oh. Well, it will be fine. We'll mark this as obsolete. Yoink. You need a return type, that's fine. Oh, what's it doing? Profiles, new list, connection, open, get it. The SQL statement would remain the same. Actually, now I know why I did it. Right, I realize why I did it like this. Because I am old school SQLing. That's a word, I promise. I do not know the new ID beforehand, so I can't update. Well, I can't create a profile with a correct ID. What I could do is add a new profile, generate the ID, and then update the existing new profile to contain the ID. That sounds really weird. There is a way in SQL to do this, I believe, as a stored procedure thing. It's been a while since I had to write queries. Okay, so update profile, save new profile. Profile ID, yeah, there it is. So, let's take a look. Save new profile. We get profile, we have the types, serialize it. We have our object, which is our content. We have an ID. It's interesting. Am I even making sense? You do have IDs. Right. That's correct. So, get IDs, execute this query. This is a parameter that's not used at all. Yoink. So, this does not return anything. We can say that this is the latest. Last ID. So what does this do? What does it do? Built-in function. Perfect. Null. Okay. Let's ask the interweb. MS SQL. Identity. Well, get that in here. Returns the last identity value inserted into an identity column in the same scope. Scope is a module, a stored procedure, trigger, function, or batch. Therefore, if two statements are in the same stored procedure, function or batch, they are in the same scope. Do we have an example of this? Let's take a look. So create table, do that, insert, using Clara. Create table. What? What is this? Oh, there it is. Create table. U, ID. Wait, how is this any different? How is this supposed to tell me what's happening? Not using replication. This is not what I needed. What else can we do? What else can we do, chat? To get the last item that was added, that means it's the highest ID in the list. Select top one from profile. A beautiful light mode. Yeah. Oh. I can SQL, I promise. ID from profile, order by ID ascending, descending, perfect. But is that correct? Yes, it is. Okay. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yoink. So, last ID, because I don't think that's going to work with select identity. Oh, that's weird. Select that one. ID from that. It's kinda not the way I want to do it. But sometimes you just have to make it work. Profile ID. And then I need to update the ID again. Well, I need to update the profile again. Can I please call update profile with last ID and profile? This would be a what? Save profile is not a it's not an asynchronous task. Oh boy. What was I taking at the time? Okay. Okay. No need to panic yet. No need to panic yet. I am sure we can get it to work. Update profile. Profile the profile. Can we say wait and then it will just wait until it's done? I hope it works like that. I have had some mixed results with wait. I should have a test around here somewhere to actually check new profile. But I should probably make this a asynchronous task anyway. What's happening? Okay. This is getting way out of hand. I started with just redesigning a UI and now I'm back doing database. Join the Discord. Yes, thank you, Stream Elements. That's definitely something you should do. Lisa does talk in Discord, you know. Every now and again. Profile. Wait. We'll just make this a asynchronous task as well. Call that async. Make it an async task because execute non-query async exists. That makes you good scalar. Actually, we don't need. Yeah, we do need to call async scalar, and then we can just call update profile await. Well, not in that order, but what's with you? What's with you? Oh, you need to be like this. I did that wrong, I think. I promise, I know what I'm doing. So that makes a asynchronous one. This is all. The get profile is also really awkward. Also need to fix that one. So what else do we need? We need. Well, we first need to test it. That's what we need. I am going to mark the synchronous one as obsolete. Use this one. This one instead. Perfect. Doesn't need to be an error yet. So open, does that have a... Yeah, it does have an asynchronous call. So open async, super command, execute, scalar, async, update. You should be async. You are. Okay, so that's fine. We'll then test to see if it works as advertised by going to the tests. Test something with a new profile. I should probably sort these at some point. Serialized profile. Serialized profile? It is. Haha. Okay. Make this an async task. Save new profile async. Profile 1. Call test1 with ID. Open now, speech recognition. That's fine. Assert true. My tests always work. I promise. As a real developer, I'm just gonna press play and manually debug through it. Because of course I trust my own work. Yoink. Maybe I should add I'll wait before that. It's fine. I promise. Don't think that's gonna work. Let's try it again. You should probably compile with the await. Where is it? Debug test. Drink some water. It's important. The water was trying to attack me. Right. So I'm mostly interested in what's happening at this location. This is 17, that makes sense. ID is 0, then we update the ID, we say update profile. And it did mark as a success. So that means that if I get my profiles, and I'm gonna take a look at this, I now have an ID of 17. Whoa! Magic! Perfect. Progress. Oh boy. Okay. That is step 1, I believe. So this can go away. All these breakpoints. This is obsolete, so that's something for the UI to implement later. Update works fine. That means we can also get these profiles like a normal list, I believe. Can we? I don't know. Yeah, I know, Stony Eagle. Chat overlay breaks my dyslexic brain. Don't worry, it breaks mine too, and I'm not dyslexic. But honestly, I don't really know what I'm doing and how it works, so I'm still experimenting every day with it, and I just kind of hope I get somewhere. But yeah, I don't like it as it is right now, and it's breaking my brain too. I prefer it to just fade away over time if nothing is happening for a specific moment. But I haven't figured it out yet. I'm so sorry. But we learn as we go, right? Please, we learn as we go. Thank you for being so understanding. Streaming takes time to figure out and get used to. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I am having fun with it, especially when there are people watching and chatting. But it is still kind of difficult to uh, get to use split attention to both chats and the stream and OBS and whatever I'm doing on screen. And I forgot to actually use my custom dashboard, which I would normally use to monitor stream. So, I'm well prepared. What was I talking about? Oh, wait. We can now get a normal profile. Can we? Because... Ooh. Can we loop through these? Probably, but I have to figure out how. I don't even know what chat overlay you use, but possibly you can let chat messages disappear after a while and have background behind it for each message bubble. I am using a overlay from Owned 3D or whatever it's called. Let me quickly pull it up. Owned, this thing. It came free when I... well, let me start from the beginning. Last year, I visited TwitchCon Europe, and Owned had a stand, and I was given a year-long free subscription. And so I started clicking and adding things to stream, not really knowing what it all did. It is really nice. It has a lot of cool stuff, but it's kind of difficult to get your head around it if you don't really know what you're doing. But I also have that with Twitch too, so that's just a me thing. That's a me problem. But it does have a lot of nice things. Yeah, it shows a token. Yoink. Not knowing what you're doing is a recurring theme. I mean, I just kind of blunder my way through life. I mean, so they recently changed their stuff. So it has what are they called? Scenes, and I'm currently using Pixel World because that's apparently what Lisa wanted when she saw it. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. Start editing. I am currently using none of these, I believe. I think it's on this one. It has chat box, and that's basically this chat box, and it looks nice, but it's like, yeah, I feel like I'm missing stuff. I mean, it is nice, but well, just trying to figure stuff out. Oh look, there it is. Don't let me completely derail you. Oh, I'm very easily derailed. Don't worry about it. It's nice to get derailed sometimes. That's a very bright screen. More water. More water. What was I doing? I mean, I can just easily derail myself. I mean, my brain does a million things at once, and not all of them are useful. That's fine. Oh, right. I am first going to make a new thing. Branch. That's what it's called. It's called a branch. Async calls for profile service. I can type, I promise. Create. I've been getting my fair share of derail payback my last streams. Oh boy. And are you surviving all of those derails? Or derailings? Derailings. I can English, I promise. I have a piece of paper that says I can English. Barely. But it's fine, right? That's why we're streaming, to get derailed and then trying desperately to get back on track. and sometimes failing. Where are you from? I'm from the Netherlands. Where are you from? What am I looking at? Oh, I'm looking at this one. The next problem was getting all of these IDs into their profiles. Do I want to spend time on that? I could just recreate the profiles. I'm just going to recreate the profiles. Well, of course you did. How sure were you? How well am I hiding my accents? Good, good. I practice really hard. If you were doubting where I was from, that's a good sign. I am so derailed right now. Okay, back on track. Right, what I needed to do, what I need to add, is a delete function. That was what I was actually going to do originally. Async, wow. Async task delete profile with a profile and an optional integer which will place at -1, because -1 will never exist in an identity. I'm pretty good at typing in English, but my speaking is very rusty. It's been too long since I had a full conversation. Yeah, I know that feeling. I used to have a almost fluent American accent, and then I basically stopped talking for like 2 years. So I sounded like a farmer. But the more you speak, the easier it is to pick it up again. You know, it's kind of like ice skating, I suppose, or cycling. Copilot, what did you give me? I didn't ask for Copilot's opinion. If ID is -1, get profile. That makes sense. Get profile ID. Delete from profile where ID is ID. And with value ID. Yeah, that works. Clean it up a little bit. Yoink. I basically gamed every day with Americans, but after I stopped gaming, my English speaking skills started to fade. Yeah, I know. That's kind of what happened to me as well. Which is weird because I have a lot of American friends, but life just gets in the way at times, I suppose. Especially after COVID. And people getting married and moving and having all kinds of other troubles. So, you know, time just doesn't really, or life doesn't really allow the time for catching up with people, which is playing your games, which your own life gets in the way at times. Right, that's fine. Let's start pushing this up. But before we do, this core needs a new version. Hello? There you are. Core has a 119 version. So, added a delete profile method. Added async new profile method. Modified synchronous save profile as obsolete and up version. That's fine. Yoink. And a test, but good thing my pipeline doesn't actually do anything with those. Okay, so while we wait on that, let's go back to the UI for a moment. The lead is on its way. Maybe we can do some prep work for the profile create page, because this beautiful page has a lot of stuff that it's doing. And I need to find a better way to actually reflect through my libraries, because this is ridiculous. Assembly, load. But it's already loaded, so I'm loading it twice, which might be problematic. Actually, if I load an assembly, isn't an assembly disposable? I don't know. Maybe it's not loading it twice. Maybe it knows that it's already loaded. Could be. Is it text or speech based? It's whatever you want it to be. Let me quickly grab you the current thing. What's the easiest way to do this? I'm going to swap over, stop the current instance, swap back. Okay, so Lisa reacts to in whatever way you configure her to react. There are input nodes, output nodes, enrichment nodes, and a shutdown node. Basically, this entire system works the same way the Windows audio graph does. That means it's node based, and you just follow a flow of different nodes that all add different things. So if I want to use my microphone to talk to Lisa, I can either use the Vosk speech service or the Azure speech recognition service. If I want to type in Twitch chat, for example, I'd use a Twitch service. And same for Discord. For output, she can react speaking, which will actually create a file, put it somewhere on the computer, and a Unity client will pick that up and actually use phonemes and lip sync to make it look like she's talking. Discord service is it tries to react properly, but it have mixed results sometimes. Processor nodes are ways to enrich a message. So when I say something to Lisa, for example, if I say, look at this, and I have a screenshot service or a direct show service registered, it will capture a screenshot and convert that to a base64 string and send that with the message to whoever is processing those messages. And those could be a local provider, OpenAI or Azure AI. And then there is shutdown nodes, which is custom logic. For example, the summary service the summary service triggers when I stop the session and basically creates a memory for Lisa and stores it in the database. And the next time I start a new session, it will get a certain count of memories, add them to the history, which we're always sending to whatever AI infer anyway. And based on those memories, she can also react to those. When I was testing this, I said something stupid like dragons are my favorite fantasy animals, or something like that. And I ensured that that specific thing was available as a memory. So when I later tried to have her recall that, she basically looked at her memory and said, "Oh yeah, your favorite animal, fancy animal, is a dragon." It has some mixed results because the more information you feed the system, the more murky it gets. So yeah, sometimes no. But that's the really quick rundown of how this all works. And then you have online services and local services and, well, a lot of stuff. Vosk, for example, is a speech recognizer that works locally, and Azure, well, requires an internet connection and available bandwidth to, well, connect to Azure and transcribe my speech to text. Did that answer your question? So it's basically whatever I want it to be. And then there are also characters, which is mean, and there's default, which is always fun to play with. And you can select them from these side things as well. So I have a ton of profiles right now. Heck yeah, that's exactly what I want to hear. Heck yeah, because this is really cool. Looks like I can learn a thing or two from you. Well, I do want this to be a somewhat educational stream. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Feel free to ask anything you want, really. I'm not proficient at everything, but I do try to teach things the best I can, even if I don't really know them myself. That's the benefit of being a teacher. What was I doing here? Oh, this is just a showdown. This is just showing. Okay. These buttons were two, edit and create. Well, create is just a name and then whatever character I want. Edit character, well, does the exact same thing, but with a existing character. Studio is a very interesting page because you can select a character and select whatever input device you need. This used to be Studio as its own page for voice-based sessions. A Twitch page, which only had a button, and a Discord page, which also only had a button. There is so much whoa. There's so much that I need to learn still for me to be able to finish my software. And questions I have are usually too specific to casually ask on stream. You'd be surprised. The first thing I would say is to just write down what you want your project to do and think in terms of milestones. For example, this project, it will never be done because there's always something else I want to add, or something that needs to change, or something that needs to be fixed. but it's important to set a specific goal and work towards that. Instead of saying, okay, the entire project is done, because the entire project is never done. It's like trying to achieve perfection. Perfection is an ever-changing goal, and therefore is not attainable, but you can get to it's good as it is now. You ask for it. Oh boy. How do I make a plugin system that's able to modify behavior across the system? Marcus, voice coder, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? How do I make a plugin system that's able to modify behavior across my application? You start by writing down what you mean by modifying behavior. What is it supposed to be modifying? In what way is it supposed to be modifying what application? A lot of programming comes down to writing stuff down. In fact, I don't know if you know this, but the first Windows version was written down on a napkin. A napkin at a bar, which is an amazing story. Do you know Jellyfin? I don't. Who or what is that? Please enlighten me. It's important to learn new things. Let's check if my NuGet package is already yet. Core is not yet ready. But this one is. Let's grab the pipeline for a moment. Dev. Exceptional work. It is not here. Did I actually make the pull request? I did not. Me stupid. See, I always forget stuff. It's like I can wait as long as I want, as if I didn't actually. Okay. Merging complete. We're gonna wait another 8 minutes, I suppose. Where is it? Pipeline. How long did the last one take? 6 minutes. That's a long time. Well. Jellyfin is a media service solution that has the ability for users to make plugins to add functionality and make something similar but my own way. Do you know Plex? What? Did it censor something that came after it? It does ring a bell. I'm just gonna look it up. Oh, it might not want to allow links. Okay, jellyfin.com is yeah, it's this thing. Let's take a look. Maybe you should collect, manage, and stream your media, run Jellyfin server on your system, and gain access to leading free software entertainment. Okay. Yeah, .org. I found it. Plex is how I type P. What? And we say that we can make a plugin. Authentication. LDAP. I love me some LDAP. Sorry. Visual plugins. It is in C#. That's great. I will be honest, I have no experience with jellyfin, but I suppose we can just take a look at it. If I can get a good hook on how this works. Do they have a API documentation? This is probably how you make stuff. That's a very bright screen. Loading. While you think about that. What's this? Clients? That's not interesting. At least I don't think so. Are you done? Yes. And the making is nomercy.tv. Is that live? In a very crude state and no guarantees. Interesting. There's a GitHub. GitHub. Actions user. Work in progress. Perfect. Test account. If you want to take a look, I would love to take a look. I won't do it on stream because I always, when I'm looking at the work of others, I just want to kind of sit down and relax as I click through stuff. But we can definitely plan a stream where we do this together, where we just go through stuff. Was that wise to share that in chat? I'll be live this weekend working on it. Okay, I'll check out the schedule. If you have it on schedule, I'll check out if I can make it. If I can make it. Everyone on Twitch knows it by now. Then it's fine. It's fine. Okay, I do want to check this out. So I'll try to be around on while you're streaming. API. So I should probably write that down somewhere. If only I had paper and non-important documents. Oh, printer paper. I cannot write even in my own language. Check stream. Okay, I've written it down. That means that it's now engraved in my brain. I've been working on video sync stuff so we can have watch parties and the ability to turn your phone into a remote for your TV. That is really cool. That is really cool. The only video stuff I did was trying to get FFmpeg to work, which I did, but it didn't like me touching it. And then it broke half my PC. So, you know, more water. More water, very good. I made Spotify Connect feature for the music and I am applying that for video. It requires me to completely break the video player I made. Yeah. Yeah. Whenever you try to add something new, you break the existing stuff. That's how that works. Welcome to programming. Is my package done yet? Yes, it is. Whoa! Yoink! Perfect. Where am I? What is this place? Oh right, I was on view model. Here I was over here. Here are some examples for node libraries. Yoink. Oh, examples. No mercy. Players. Whoa. What happens if I click this? Oh, perfect. It's a tiny dragon. Speaking of dragons, I have very colorful egg. My emotional sport dragon egg. Settings, settings, audio, and video, plugins. Key handler, suspicious. You can play this without getting in trouble. That's very good. 15 minutes. Blender Foundation. Ah, it's from the Blender Foundation. More settings. I like this player. Oh, okay. Let's not do that. I don't think my internet really likes that. But I will be checking it out. Made it from scratch. What? That's amazing. That is amazing. Very well done. Seriously. What was I doing? Where am I? Well, libraries I use are JS and WebVTT parser. Nice. Awesome. Alright, so I want to implement the delete function or method, delete method, stay on point, before I end it. I'm already over time. So let's say profile. When deleting a profile, we need a profile. Profile. And we will say that we have an optional integer. Actually, we don't. Actually, we do. Actually, we don't. We don't. Delete profile. We call the profile service. Delete profile. Profile. Everything with an ID will be deleted. We just have to figure out how to get a potential ID. We will probably do a very expensive lookup for this list, which will be a dictionary, which will then have an ID and profile. Oh boy. But I think I'll do that off screen. Okay, I'm about to end it here. I say we go see if we can rate someone else. Let's take a look-see. Who is live right now? Let's see. Rate. Sorry. I'm trying to build up my schedule. And to be honest, this takes a lot out of me. So let's go for someone who doesn't have a lot of viewers. And preferably not in a language that I understand. Is there someone online I know, or that we all know? Everyone's offline. What? Do it take me all too serious? I take nothing serious. Don't worry about that one. Okay, so let's just scroll through this list. Raid Bokaros. Let's take a look then, shall we? Yeah. Search for you. Let's take a look. Who are you? What does he do? What does Frank do? With 9 viewers. Not being able to paste links is a challenge. Yeah, I'll change that. Don't worry. He does C#. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna do it. We're going to raid Frank. Frank Butcheros? Butcheros. And yeah, I might be butchering that name. We're gonna raid him, and I wish you all a very good day. Stream preview. Now, does that mean I was successful? Start raid. Let's go! Start raid in a minute. Oh, 5 seconds. That's fine. Bye! See you on Monday. Monday is the next stream. So be sure to drop by if you want to see more of this, more of Lisa. I'll try to get her running. I think Monday is the day I work on the custom Twitch dashboard and OBS control. So if you're also interested in how that works, feel free to drop by. And I won't be able to talk a full minute because that's not really what I do and I wasn't really prepared. So I'm just going to press the raid now button. And I see you all next time.